Good morning, students. I am A.K. Jha. Today I am going to start a new chapter, which is Fundamental Unit of Life. Now study first introduction about the fundamental unit of life. Cell is the fundamental unit of life. Before we study the cell, we have to study the discovery of cells. That means history related to the discovery of cell. Who discovered cell? How cell was discovered? We all know that Robert Hooke discovered cell. The discovery of cell becomes possible after the discovery of microscope. So microscope is an optical instrument which magnifies the image of object, and we are able to see the cell because cell is so small that we can't see it by naked eye. Robert Hooke discovered a simple microscope. Robert Hooke discovered simple microscope. Robert Hooke discovered simple microscope. In his own microscope, he saw a piece of cork and said that it is made up of a number of rectangular compartments called cellula in Latin. After the name of cellula, he coined the term cell. Cellula means cell, and he saw cork as a number of rectangular compartment like this, like honeycomb. Due to the structure of like honeycomb and cellula in Latin, he coined it cell. That means cell is the fundamental unit of life. But the Robert Hooke discovered cell was dead cell, dead plant cell. And cork is the dead tissue of plant. That means cork cambium. That means Robert Hooke discovered a dead cell, which is plant cell. Then who discovered living cell? Antony von Leeuwenhoek. Anton von Leeuwenhoek discovered first living cell, which was bacterial cell. Discovered first living cell, which was bacterial cell, under his own operational compound microscope. Antony von Leeuwenhoek saw a drop of pond water in his own discovered compound microscope, operational compound microscope. He discovered first operational compound microscope. He discovered first operational compound microscope. In that microscope, he saw a drop of water and found first living cell, which was bacterial cell. That means bacteria was the first living cell discovered by Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Then he classified bacteria according to their shape. That means he also classified bacteria. So they are awarded as father of microbiology. Father of microbiology. The father of microbiology, Anton von Leeuwenhoek. He classified bacteria just like different types of bacteria: spherical bacteria, spherical, coccus, rod-shaped, bacteria, bacillus, a spiral-shaped bacteria, Spirilla, and comma-shaped bacteria. Comma-shaped bacteria called Vibrio. He classified bacteria according to their shape, so they are regarded as the father of microbiology. After that, J. Jensen and H. Jensen. J. Jensen and H. Jensen discovered first compound microscope. First compound microscope. J. Jensen and H. Jensen discovered first compound microscope. Knoll and Ruska. Knoll and Ruska discovered electron microscope. Electron microscope. After the discovery of electron microscope, the study of cell becomes possible because electron microscope can magnify the image of object up to 5 lakh times. So after the discovery of electron microscope, the internal structure of cells are also revealed. Then the cell theory was given by Matthias Kleeden and Theodor Schwann. And the definition of cell is the structural, functional, and hereditary unit of the life of all living organisms, either plant or animal. That means cells are the building blocks of the body of all living organisms, and Matthias Kleeden and Theodor Schwann gave the cell theory. That means Kleeden and Schwann gave the cell theory. Firstly, we define the cell. The cell is the structural, functional, and hereditary unit of the body of all living organisms. Unit of the body of all living organisms. That means structure of the body of all living organisms are made up of cells. So cell is the structural unit. All the metabolic functions ultimately occurs in cell. So cell is the functional unit, and the characters can passes from one generation to another generation with the help of cell, that is gametes. Gametes are also cells. So cells are the hereditary unit of the body of all living organisms. Matthias Kleeden and Theodor Schwann gave the cell theory. The main postulates of cell theory are First, cell is the structural, functional and hereditary unit. The cell is the building blocks of the body of all living organisms. Second, no any cell can arise itself. That means every cell comes from pre-existing cell by the process of cell division. Every cell comes from pre-existing cells by the process of cell division. Bidco also aided in cell theory. That means cell is the hereditary unit of the body of all living organisms. Now we study the cell, structure of cell, plant cell and animal cell separately. So firstly we study the plant cell or animal cell. Then we study the internal structure of both animal cell as well as plant cell and all the organelles inclusions present inside the cell. The cell is bounded by an outer limiting membrane called plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is an outer, thin, elastic, semi-permeable, transparent, porous, double-layered membrane made up of lipoprotein, that is lipid and protein. Plasma membrane is the outer limiting membrane, and the content of cell bounded by plasma membrane is called protoplasm. Protoplasm is the living component of the cell, and cell is a piece of protoplasm. It was said by Purkinje. Purkinje was a scientist. Purkinje said that protoplasm is the living contents of the cell, and cell is a piece of protoplasm. So cell is bounded by outer limiting membrane called plasma membrane, and the contents of cell bounded by plasma membrane is called protoplasm. In plant cell, outside the plasma membrane, there is a thick, hard covering made up of cellulose, which is called cell wall. So in next video, we study the detailed structure of cell. Then we study different cell organelles and cell inclusions.